Speak here with Warrant Officer Jannie Odendaal from the South African Police Service. Jannie, what happened that day between yourself and Winnie Mandela and her team?
Well, initially we were posted on the highways and byways in the southern suburbs of Johannesburg. We were travelling on the M1 North, close to Xavier Avenue. We noticed the Audi A6 driving fast, much faster than the traffic flow. He was driving reckless. He had his hazard lights on. We decided to follow the vehicle. We checked the registration number. It came out on a private company in Soweto. We then proceeded to follow it, and initially on the double decker on the M1 highway, we put our blue lights and sirens on to pull the vehicle over. It took a while for them to stop. They eventually pulled over at Jan Smuts Avenue, just after Jan Smuts Avenue. We stopped. We climbed out of our vehicles. Well, in this incident, well, the passenger of the Audi showed us a hand radio, a black hand radio, and I could see that it's not a police issue hand radio, so I didn't worry too much about that. As we stopped him, the passenger jumped out of the vehicle. He ran to my crew. I went towards the Audi. I tapped on the back. Obviously, we couldn't see what was in the vehicle. The windows were tinted, so I tapped on the back to indicate to the people to climb out, for us, our and their safety. The boot of the vehicle opened. I'm sure it was opened from the inside from the driver. The passenger that's later identified as one of Ms. Mandela's bodyguards ran to me, and he pushed me with both hands back, and very forcefully, and he's quite much bigger oak than me. He then told me, listen, you can't search this vehicle. It's not the apartheid years anymore, and we can't do what we want. I then ran back to my vehicle, got a taser gun, and told him, listen, I will tase you if you assault me again. Then the passenger of the driver of the Audi climbed out, came towards me. He was very approachable, very well-mannered. He asked me then for my details, and I gave it to him, and I wanted these details. Just then Ms. Mandela jumped out of the car. She started shouting and screaming, "Who the fucking hell do you think you are?" That's all she was shouting the whole time. That is the only words. She was shouting it repeatedly.
Was she out of control?
She was way out of control. I don't know who was more out of control, her or her bodyguard. But then, the driver of the vehicle wanted to give his details to me, his driver's license and that. But Ms. Mandela and her bodyguard shouted at him, no, he must get in the car, and they must go. They then pulled off. We got into our vehicle. I got a call from a person I know that worked at a tracking company. He told me I must just check the vehicle. There was a problem with it before, with Ms. Mandela. And you will just contact the control room and tell me, listen, if the vehicle is still sought or what the problem is. I followed them off Grayston Avenue into Sandton. And there, in the process of that, I got backup from a dog unit vehicle that helped me follow them. And then at the robot, I got the call back, and he said, listen, the car's in order, everything's fine. And I told the dog unit car, listen, it seems to be in order, we can go. I then went straight away to my unit, and I opened a report there in our OB, our occurrence book, just exactly about what happened.
How do you feel?
Well, I'm very hurt, because in situations like this, the South African Police Service and even the officers, they should stand behind us and say, listen, I know it's a volatile situation, but we stand behind you. You did your job right, and we're 100% behind you. But it just backfired completely on me. It just turned around, and I'm look like the bad one now.